breach? Be one of the millions who trust their identity protection to LifeLock. We use proprietary technology to detect a range of threats to your identity, from your personal information appearing on the dark web to payday loans in your name, and a wide range of other threats. And if there's a problem, our identity restoration specialists will work to fix it. They know the steps to take and calls to make to resolve problems. Of course, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but rest assured that LifeLock has been helping people come out on the bright side of identity theft for over a decade. Join starting at $9.99 plus applicable taxes. Signing up online takes only minutes. Go to LifeLock.com or call 1-800-LifeLock to get 10% off when you enter promo code NEWS. That's promo code NEWS. LifeLock. More detection, more protection.
Ad Council.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Buying and selling? Then you know about OcalaForSale.com, Marion County's internet marketplace. But there's something you might not know. I'm Michael Warren, president of USA for Sale. We created Ocala for Sale in 1998 with a passion to connect buyers and sellers and to help local businesses reach shoppers online. On Ocala for Sale, you're just a click away from thousands of deals for real estate, rentals, cars, furniture, appliances, horses, pets, and more. Looking for a job? Our Help Wanted section is booming. Shopping the villages and beyond? Now you'll find great deals on villages for sale, as well as our new statewide classified, Florida for Sale. Log on today and post your free classified. You'll reach thousands of shoppers who check our listings every day. Are you a business looking to get a corner on the internet marketplace? USA for Sale can help you reach your target audience in Ocala, the villages, and statewide. There's no better place to reach shoppers than right where they shop. Let us show you how. Learn more by calling 352-629-1663 or visit us online at usaforsale.com.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
Pay your taxes, eat your vegetables, watch your weight, mow the lawn, clean the house. We all have stuff we don't want to do. Isn't it about time you did something you wanted to do? Like getting your pilot's license?
At Ocala Aviation, they make it fun and easy, and you can start by taking one of their Discovery flights. For only $99, you get to go up in the airplane with an FAA-certified flight instructor and actually fly the plane yourself. It's a perfect way to see if flying is for you. And once you get that ultimate feeling of freedom, Ocala Aviation can train you to get your pilot's license. Ocala Aviation also offers commercial flight training for those looking to make a career change and enter the world of commercial aviation. Ocala Aviation is conveniently located at the Ocala International Airport. So if you're ready to start your adventure, stop by or give them a call today. 861-7484. That's 861-7484. You'll be glad you did. I know I am. Ocala Aviation.
Call today, 861-7484.
Here is your 30-second news brief. FEMA will be at the Marion County Emergency Operations Center today to help with hurricane disaster assistance. A 54-year-old Palm Beach woman has been charged with murder for dressing up as a clown 27 years ago and fatally shooting the wife of her future husband. Health insurance premiums in Florida are expected to rise 45%, and an 18-year-old Ocala man was arrested for taking his uncle's deputy's uniform and patrol car and conducting fake traffic stops to impress his girlfriend. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Hurricane Maria left Puerto Rico in ruins. They need our help. The office of Dr. Juan Jordan is asking the public to help with non-perishable food, lanterns, battery-operated fans, diapers, insect repellent, etc. Drop-off sites include Dr. Jordan's office in Lady Lake, Country Oaks Veterinary Clinic in Summerfield, Forest High School, and Golden Ocala Tennis. For more information, contact Dr. Jordan's office at 352-633-0473, and thank you.
LifeSouth would like to honor and thank all of our Hispanic blood donors during Hispanic Heritage Month. O-negative blood is the most commonly used because it is the universal donor, and 66% of the Hispanic population is type O. Hispanic donors are more likely to be a match with Hispanic patients. Make sure you do your part for your community by finding your nearest blood mobile or center. Visit lifesouth.org for more information. Hasta pronto.
Hasta pronto. 6 minutes after 8 o'clock.
Love this lady.
Yeah, I know. She's teaching me Spanish. 6 minutes after 8 o'clock, Galen Unold normally is on the phone right now to remind us that we play a role in making sure there is a blood supply. Right now, it sounds like there's a big need for blood in Puerto Rico. There's always a need for blood, and if you can find some time to go donate blood, that's awesome. And I'm sure Galen would tell you the same thing I'm telling you. It doesn't really matter whether it's LifeSouth or any of the other blood collection agencies. Just donate blood. You'll be saving some lives. And typically, they tell you 3 lives are saved with 1 donation. So that's pretty good. And there is no other way. We don't have an artificial way of making blood, and people who need blood that don't get it die. That's pretty simple as that. So if you can get a chance, typically it's every 8 weeks, correct?
Yes.
Unless you're giving platelets, you have to ask about the process. I would probably mess it up if I tried to explain it. But donate blood and save lives, and you do nothing. You do nothing. You just go there. They do the work. The phlebotomists. They put the needle in and they make sure everything works, and you get to watch TV. As simple as that.
That's right. And if you're a fellow, you get to have the remote. They don't give the remote to the ladies.
Don't say that. They do.
Well,
us guys, we just kind of hog it. Galen Unold is also a sports guy, as you probably know if you've listened to us long enough. He knows sports pretty well, and he's a great play-by-play guy. It's so wonderful that we have him doing high school football on Friday nights for WOCA. This Friday, he'll be he's the team he's not working for. The team he's basically following is Trinity Catholic High School. And so every week you'll hear Galen Unold bringing you a high school game where Trinity Catholic High School is playing another team. Last week it was Denellen. This week it's South Sumter. And he'll be there broadcasting. I don't know who his play-by-play guy will be, but the game does start at, I think, 7 o'clock or 7:30, something like that. So be sure to tune in, and you'll hear a great broadcast. And if you're an advertiser, can I just throw this in for a second here? If you're a business, there are 2 reasons to advertise on high school football nights. One of them is you got a lot of people who are listening.
Yeah. Oh, there's Galen.
And the further we get into the season, the more people will tune into the broadcast, the high school football broadcast. So number 1 reason to advertise is you got a lot of people listening. But there's actually a secondary reason, because a lot of people listen to all day parts on a radio station. Mm-hmm. But during high school football, there's a secondary human kind of a thing that happens. That if I'm listening to the radio, for example, and it's high school football, and I hear Galen Unold go, this broadcast wouldn't be possible without the assistance of, John's Bakery on Magnolia or something like that. I hope there's no real bakery called John's Bakery on Magnolia. But what I'm going to say to myself is, oh my gosh, that's so nice that they are sponsoring something to help us put the word out about what the kids are doing in high school football. It's nice to support things that are really wholesome for our kids, and so it's really a win-win. So if you're interested, I'm not here to sell ads, but we do have people here that do that job. That's their job.
Exactly.
You have to call the business line 732-8000. Don't do it right now. There's nobody here. But if you give it an hour or so, somebody will be able to answer your questions about buying advertising.
whether it's just on the game time or any time. I think this is Galen on the phone. Galen, is that you?
Yeah, hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all? Sorry
Good.
I'm late.
That's okay. Where are you?
I'm just leaving Ocala now, so I got stuck on the phone.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm on my way to Gainesville.
So I did you hear what we were saying about the high school football, first of all?
Yeah.
Did you hear all that? Okay. So South Sumter is this Friday. Do you know what time it starts?
7:30. Broadcast at 7.
7:30.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so your show starts at 7. How easy is it to work with the coaches, by the way? Is it easy, or does it depend?
So far, it's been really good. I've only had one that has really been, not as cooperative. But working with Trinity Catholic and Coach Sturdivant's been fantastic. I mean, he's been very open with me and honest with me, kind of telling me what's going on. And, and it helps the broadcast if I kind of know what to expect. And, but I've had coaches in the past who won't even tell me, what their starting lineup is, as if it's some great big secret.
Really?
And it just, and it's just like, it frustrates me, because it's like, okay, here I am trying to bring some attention to you and your team and these players, and I can't do it effectively if I don't even have, who's playing or an active roster. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, I have a topic today. It's sports stars whose vices ruined their careers. And some of these young athletes are perhaps on the path. I mean, some are just doing it for fun, and high school football's as far as it'll go, but others might actually become professionals at this. And the one thing you would hate to see is they do all this work, and then they have some kind of a flaw, a human flaw. And we're all able to be flawed. We're all flawed, I guess. But anyway, so I have some sports stars who either ruined or almost ruined their careers with their vices.
Well, and you think about the hundreds and really thousands of young men and women who have thrown away their career because of their vices.
So
there's some that never even make it to the point where we're talking about them.
Yeah, I bet you're right. Yeah, absolutely. So I want to tell you a story and maybe get your feedback as to whether I did the right thing or the wrong thing, and it'll explain where this topic idea came from. I took our friend Doug to the convenience store not too long ago. I waited in the car, and while I'm waiting in the car, in my rearview mirror, I see somebody I recognize. Now there's a liquor store there, and it's closed. It's a Sunday, but there's a dumpster outside the liquor store, and I see this guy who I know from the radio business, who dropped out of sight because of his addiction to alcohol, because of his alcohol problem. Okay, I don't know if addiction is the right word, but anyway, and I literally, Galen, I'm not making this up, I saw him drinking from a bottle he pulled out of the dumpster. Okay?
That is horrible.
All right?
So sad.
It's Sunday morning, just drinking out of a bottle from the dumpster. Okay. Now, I thought, oh my gosh, this guy was a smart guy, had everything going for him. I thought he was on the road to recovery, because I remember he went to some kind of a treatment facility. But obviously, he's backslid or something. I don't know if I did the wrong thing by saying nothing. Or should I have gone over to him and said, hey, come on, what are you doing? What do you think? I mean, should I have said something?
It's hard to put yourself in that situation. I don't know how well you knew him, but yeah.
Well, that's a good point. I didn't know him that well. If I see you doing that, I think I'll walk up to you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, I think in a perfect world, we all say, yeah, you need to go over there and take them and then go get them treatment. But life isn't a movie all the time, is it? It's that's a lot more difficult than it sounds.
Right.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you
for not saying anything.
Yeah. I mean, it would depend on how well I knew him.
Yeah, I guess that's absolutely true. I didn't really know him that well, but I knew him well enough, so. But anyway, some vices are not as easy to identify. For example, gambling. How do you know that somebody's gone too far with gambling? So the first sports star I have is about gambling. He was a Green Bay Packer, I believe.
Okay.
And he was gambling. His name is Paul Hornung. Do you know that guy?
Paul Horning.
Paul Horning from the 60s.
Yeah,
Horning?
Not only was he, he got in deep. I mean, depending on who you ask, and I'm sure we're going to get a call from a few Green Bay fans, I have read several books that states that he was working with, bookies, and that they were pressuring him to actually throw football games when he was with the Packers. He got suspended for his gambling problems, and there are many believe that this goes all the way back to his Notre Dame days. You could never prove that he bet on his own team or that he ever threw any football games, but I believe there was something to that, and that he's lucky he didn't go to jail. And you just saw what's coming out now with the FBI investigating college basketball. With all the money they're spending on getting recruits, and so money it will destroy sports in a heartbeat.
Wow.
And I think that's what's happening to the NFL. You start getting $1 billion industry, and you start protecting that industry, and you start listening to the wrong people because you get the wrong kind of influence.
Oh, that's a really good
analogy. Very easy. Yeah.
And he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. So I mean, they retired his jersey. What was it, number 5? They retired his jersey. Yeah.
There's no doubt of his talent, but gambling nearly destroyed the guy.
Really?
So, yeah, it really did. It tarnished his reputation. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, a heck of a football player. There was just certain things you couldn't prove. I mean, Pete Rose is one of the greatest baseball players of all time, and he destroyed his career because of gambling. It took him 50 years to admit it, but he'll never be in the Hall of Fame because of it. Gambling, it almost destroyed Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley, because if you run up these huge debts, now somebody has something over you. And once then you can be controlled, and that's second the fans don't believe in the integrity of the game, then the game's useless.
It's interesting that somebody who has a good salary would gamble in the first place, because I would think that the only gamblers are those who are really desperate and need money. But if you have money, why do you even gamble? Is it just because the game is fun?
I think it's that whole rush, and I think it's I've played my fair share of blackjack and things like that, but never with the sums of money that they play with, and it becomes just this rush because they're looking. These are especially these high profile athletes need that constant feedback of how great they are, and I think that's a big piece of it.
No, you're probably right. Yeah, ego plays a big role. All right, so there's another guy on here from the Vikings. His name is Bryant McKinney. And I guess sex was his vice. He must have been paying a lot of money to people who will do sex for cash. And he ran up a $100,000 tab.
Wow, a tab?
Yeah.
There you go. A tab.
Do you know anything about Bryant McKinney?
Wow.
I mean, he played for the University of Miami, and good lineman. He was an offensive lineman, so I don't know why he needed it. You would think, why does anybody have to pay for it? But
exactly.
Hopefully it was legal. I believe in legalized prostitution in a controlled form in certain sections, but there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. The Boston Celtics has a name on here, Len Bias. Do you know Len Bias?
Ooh, Len Bias, I don't know if you could call it a vice because we know so little, but he was drafted, number 1 overall pick by the Boston Celtics. Went out that night and celebrated. Did cocaine and died. So he had a heart attack and died. And so the question is did he have a bad reaction to the cocaine, or was he a habitual user? There's proof that says he wasn't an habitual user, but this was a one-time thing.
Oh, really?
But it killed him. It devastated the whole. Here's a guy who never got paid. So if you think about it, he got drafted but never signed a contract. And then, it set back the Celtics organization 10 years.
Gosh.
But that's that side. I mean, it destroyed his family, obviously. So
Darryl Strawberry is on here. What was his story? What happened?
Good one. Drugs. In the 80s, he was doing a lot of cocaine, and there were several baseball players. Cocaine was a really big problem in baseball back in the 80s, and Darryl Strawberry was the absolute poster child for it. He could have been the greatest baseball player of his era, or of even in the last 25 years, maybe since the early 70s and into the 90s, but instead he shortened his career because of cocaine. Played for the Mets, played for the 86 Mets, great outfielder, 5-star athlete, could throw, run, hit for power, hit for average, could run, and he just threw it. He didn't throw it all the way because he still made a ton of money, but he went in and out of rehab, 3 or 4 times. So
yeah, but if you don't have your health, that's throwing it all away. And if you're working for something since you're a small child and you have this passion, and then to succumb to the dark side, it's really such a shame, because you really have thrown your life away, even though you have all the money.
yeah, I mean, that pull is strong. I mean, it's an addiction for a reason. So.
Gosh.
Sean Kemp. Do you know Sean Kemp?
Yeah. He's got like 12 kids. 13 kids.
So what's his addiction? I'm trying to find it on here. Who's it?
I don't know. I mean, besides children, I know he went into. I know he had some problems with, if I remember right, he was in the 90s. Power forward, played for the Seattle Supersonics, and he had a lot of kids, and then he went broke. So last I heard, he was completely broke, but I think that was because of the way he spent money, and I know he bought watches at one time. He had like this huge watch collection.
It says guns,
each
too.
watch was like $100,000.
Yeah. Manny Ramirez, what was his story?
Steroids was, he got addicted to steroids. You could make an argument that he was the best right-handed hitter in the 90s, or in this century. I'll put it that way. You don't know how much of it was real, because now he's been busted for steroids 3 times. He's now playing in like the Korean baseball league, and he's a hero over there. He helped the Red Sox win 2 World Series, so I can't hate him. It's just against everything I stand for. I can't hate him. But yeah, it's he just couldn't stop doing steroids.
My gosh.
Let me see. The phone is ringing. We take a phone call here. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, morning, guys.
Hey,
what about Tiger Woods and all his affairs with all those blondes? I think when that came to light and his wife left him, I think that was the beginning of the end of him.
Was he addicted to blondes?
I think
he
so.
Was addicted to good-looking blondes. Yes.
Yeah, he loved blondes.
No, it wasn't blondes.
Oh.
It was porn stars.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's it, huh? He porn stars.
Wow.
And waitresses from Perkins.
All right. Actually, he's on the list. In fact, he's number 1 on the list. Tiger Woods is number 1.
And now he's got an opioid addiction that he's trying to deal with. I don't know when we'll see him play again on the tour, if ever. And I don't think he'll ever win again, because he lost his edge.
The weekend guys say you'll never see him. When I listen to the radio on the weekend, those sports guys, they say don't expect ever to see him where he was.
Probably not.
Well, never. No, he'll never be that great again, because his body has just given up on him. But his dominance, his aura that he had, he'll never get back. But I don't think he'll ever be competitive again on the PGA Tour.
Let me squeeze in a little break real quick, and then we've got a few more. Galen, how's the blood supply right now?
We're doing all right. Again, we just need people to come out, give the gift of life, and donate blood. And the big thing that we need is platelets. So just roll up your sleeve and call us about donating platelets. If you've never done it, it's really no different than donating whole blood. It just takes a little bit longer. So call it 622-3544. Make an appointment.
And I'm just guessing, with all of these hurricanes lately, Texas, Florida, and of course Puerto Rico, that the blood supply that normally sticks around to the southeast probably is being shipped elsewhere.
Yeah, we're sending products to Puerto Rico. The real issue is just basic supplies, and blood is part of those basic supplies. So thankfully, they were able to get some blood in there yesterday, and I think they're starting to transport some of those patients out of there today.
We'll take
I should say more patients.
We had a guest on, a meteorologist, talking about there was only one ER or something, one hospital that had a generator going right
Yes.
now?
Yep.
And they were using it for the ICU, and that was it. Yeah. All right, Palm Garden of Ocala, thank you so much for sponsoring this segment. For the rest of us, just remember the name, Palm Garden of Ocala. Take a tour, get yourself in the know, so you will be prepared when you or somebody you love might need a facility that can provide health and rehabilitation. They're located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. Take a tour, take a tour, take a tour. Penn Flooring, go to their showroom and see how you can make your floor more beautiful in your home or your office. They've got lots of samples for you to look at. 1201 Southwest 17th Street is their address. We will be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A mostly sunny Wednesday with a high of 89 to 93. And mainly clear Wednesday night, though 69 inland, 75 along the coast. Mostly sunny for Thursday, high 89 at the coast, 94 inland. For Friday, times of sun and clouds with a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 87 to 91. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
I'm Jan Marino from Palm Garden of Ocala, and I'd like to tell you about the Palm Garden Way. We promote individual care, of course, but we also encourage GEMS. That's going the extra mile, and these are thoughtful individual gifts that make each guest stay special. A gem could be a daily latte or a new book or something else that means a lot to our guest. To find out more about the Palm Garden Way, take a tour, located on the corner of 27th Avenue and 34th Street in Ocala.
One of the best things about living in beautiful Central Florida is that we get to have a garden all year long. Spend some time on Tuesday mornings in the garden with Carol Ann Baldwin right here on WOCA The Source from 9 till 10 a.m. Carol Ann will take your phone calls, and she'll even check out your photos on her In the Garden Facebook page. Grab a tall glass of something refreshing and spend an hour in the garden with Carol Ann each Tuesday morning right here on The Source, WOCA.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to tune in to the first and third Thursday of the month at 11 a.m. to learn about the latest advances in healthcare available right here at home. Ocala Regional Medical Center and Strive have teamed up to bring the most qualified medical professionals on the air to answer your questions and bring information to help you in your decisions concerning your health. Again, that's the first and third Thursday. Health matters.
All right, about a minute and a half left. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. So the list I was reading from, by the way, if you want to read it for yourself, is on the Bleacher Report website. Bleacher Report, sure. And the number one person, I guess, they put it in this order, is Tiger Woods. Number two is Barrett Robbins. Just real quickly, who's Barrett Robbins?
Oh, Barrett, that's a good one. So Barrett Robbins was the center for the Oakland Raiders. And the night before the Super Bowl, he had anxiety, so he just couldn't take it anymore, and so he bailed. And if I remember, the Super Bowl was in, can't remember if it was San Diego or L.A., and it was near the Mexican border. I think it was L.A. And so he freaked out and went to Mexico, and nobody could find him. Nobody could find him for like 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And then he popped up, and he just went to Mexico and did all these drugs and fell right out of the league. Yeah.
Wow. All right. Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Bloodmobile, we're right back at the College of Central Florida, but again, we're also located right there on the Boulevard, 1607. Stop by, see us, and give the gift of life and donate blood.
All right. Thank you for what you do, Galen, and for being on the air with us each morning, and everybody else, just donate blood. And we'll talk to you tomorrow, Galen.
All right, thanks, y'all.
All right, we'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President